Hey guys, final round, 3-0. This is for the 4-0 against Crushinator, and let's see what happens. No soulbind, no information, so on an empty board I'd rather just level up with fungi. Um, Test score has merit, but fungi becomes a 12-12, so it is what I'm going to play. So most likely here, I will be playing Mender to heal whatever he puts in front of the fungi. Heal a fungi from whatever he puts in front of it, and then playing Spore Lord. But I guess there are other things. Obviously, Spore Lord has to be played, right? So I could either play Stoneback for Frost Strike, depending on what he plays. Especially if he has like something like a Snowdrift Alpha. I really don't want him to activate it. But most likely, by default, I will be playing the Mender and the Spore Lord just to guarantee that I have another target for the Spore Lord. Not that I'm really that short on them. I still have, out of 23 cards, I still have two Fungi and another Mender. And I guess two Dendrifies, or yeah, I still have both my Dendrifies. And two Sowers to trigger the Dendrifies. That combo is actually come in pretty handy this game. Dendrify is... Okay, I've never drafted the triple Spoiler deck, but Dendrify has been like an all-star player this tournament for me. Cool, so between, yeah, the original play seems solid here. So yeah, let's just follow through with that. Or I could Frost Shadow Strike. But that wouldn't level up a plant. Yeah, I'd rather just level up a plant. And I'm putting a Mender here so he can't attack it with Stone Back. Okay, so this is a predicament. He can add 5 power to anything. So War Charger is still not enough to kill Spoilard with 9 power. Kadrasi and Stoneback can already kill the Mender. So this is actually doing already work as a blocker, which is nice. I obviously have to play the Spore Lord. And I have to threaten the Nexus Gunner. So most likely I will be putting this here because it's the safest position. And now what I have to consider is where it's what's the best thing to mend. Spore Lord has merit. I guess giving Torg my Mender the power has merit as well. I could actually play Lava Fused Acer here to push through damage. I'm not really interested in doing that. I think I'm going to put them under here and target the Spore Lord. It makes it really difficult to kill, even +5. And in front of the gunner, I can put... I guess Lava Fused Acer is pretty interesting here. He can pump the Nexus Gunner itself, but that's not really that great for him. Lava Fused Acer just push through like 6 damage. And it makes it so he can't ignore these creatures. And Spoiler itself becomes a threat if Acer decides to live. So I'll try it. I think Bruiser might be a little bit safer, especially going to late game. But I think I can afford to be a little bit aggressive here since he's playing Aloyan, which takes some time to get going. And it's nice to be able to pressure them early before their cards start going off. Their cards really start becoming quite problematic once you get into rank 3. Like Ionic War Charger is so huge. especially with cards like Nexus Gunner, which threaten every lane at the same time. So this way, to kill Spoiler, he almost assuredly either has to have a Nanostorm, which is actually just a rare, so it's not that not that uncommon, or have something with 10 power and Nexus Gunner activation, in which case he already has to take another 5 from Torque Mender. No, he won't take the 5 from Torque Mender if he decides to attack with the Stone back. Never mind, but he will take 5 from the Spoiler the next turn. As far as my hand's concerned, Dendrify, of course, is insane with Spoiler, as I've mentioned before, especially if both of them live. Holy crap, that's going to be so strong. And I'm mostly just going to Outer Strength something. I really prefer not to play Rhyme Treasure unless I have a bullet to my head. A gun to my head, rather. I guess the Rhyme Treasure being the bullet. The card's much better than I think it is. I will admit. I'll be the first one to admit. I play so skewed towards late game that Rhyme Treasure is just a continuous disappointment for me whenever I play it. It is so strong in ranks 1 and 2, though. If you'd even just scaled like Kadras Colossus and be a 13-13, that would just be like infinitely better, but 10-13 is just pitiful. And 8-11 is only just like slightly above average. 5-8 though at rank 1, especially with mobility, is so sick. Especially with pump spells. You can do a lot of sick things with Rhyme Charger. At the same time, Rhyme Charger is really, really similar in that respect to Kajrasi and Stoneback, and Kajrasi and Stoneback does have very good scaling. The only downsiders, like games like last time were, okay, it's not really a downside when you're like grotesquely ahead, but if you're ahead with a bunch of small creatures, then Kajrasi and Stoneback is worse than Rhyme Charger, I guess, in that respect, because it can't move. What is he tanking on? I guess this turn is pretty non-linear for him. He has a lot of different threats to deal with. This is why I don't like Aloyan. Their early cards just have so little impact. Their only way to, I guess, like steal the early game is through either a Forge Watch Sentry with armor on top of it, or any large creature with Pummel Pack, particularly with mobility. Pummel Pack is the truth. That card is so good, and the only real reason I want to be playing Aloyan. Let's see what he does. Most likely going to just try to eat this Tusken Warlord, and yeah, trade with the Mender, so I don't have any plants, which is his goal. So that was a pretty good play by him. He made sure I don't have any plants, and I don't get any Lava Fuse Acer triggers. I do get to trade with this Nexus Gunner, and I will get to eat the Ether Tap Shaman. Yeah, unfortunately for him, I do have a plant. And now I have 3. Holy crap, this interaction is insane. I knew it already, but I've never had like this many Tusken Spoilords, so never really been an issue for me. Yeah, I'm still in rank 1, so it's only +3. On the downside, he gets to kill both of my Spoilords without too much fuss. On the upside, I made 3 7/7s last turn, so hooray. This would be one of those games that would just instantly end if I just drew like a level 2 Spoiler and a level 2 Fungi on the going first. It's one of the balanced things about Soulforge that I admire Stone Blade Entertainment for like working around. It's such an advantage to go first that they had to make early game cards effective enough where you going first would be at a slight disadvantage because they got to have the tempo advantage by playing 2 spells before you could. Because having the ability to play 2 leveled up spells up on your board at 2.1 and 3.1 is just so crazy good. Okay, so That was greedy on his part. Um, yeah, that was totally greedy on his part. I guess that's fine. I wouldn't have changed too much about that. I could just let the stone back, like let the tree folk eat the stone back. But the nice thing about tree folk at 7 is that you can't get a free kill off of Aranti Warlord. I don't care about a 6/1, so I'm most likely going to Frost Shatter this to be able to get in for another 7 and remain a threat. Sorry, have another threat that you can't just get free Warlord off of, and then level up a fun guy. Again, we have threats in 3 lanes, so it's very difficult for him to deal with. You most certainly do not want to put anything in front of a Warlord like this when he could have another Warlord in his deck, and one power creature can be killed by like everything. So most likely I'm going to have another threat. I'm going to have multiple threats for him to deal with, which is nice with pump spells and whatnot. Infamous. I'm going to play all my level 2 spells. Well, that kind of blows. What can I do here? Unfortunately, I have nothing but 7 power, which is like really awkward. Yeah, it's really awkward. Um, hmm. So what I can do here is play Lava Fused Acer in front of the War Charger. And then pump. Hmm. The Borean Stormweaver is very problematic. Playing Lava Fused here seems fine, and then playing the Torg Mender here, pumping the Lava Fused Acer seems like the play. Yeah. No matter what, he's going to be able to kill something with Borean Stormweaver, and I'd rather have a persistent threat that I can pump, especially because I have a leveled Arsenic Strength in my deck. That was a really good turn for him, though. That put me pretty, not behind, but it caught him up a lot in this game to have that play. And once again, I'm left with exactly one creature who can actually kill a 3/7. So, yeah. Fortunately, it's still just a 3/7, so it's not that big of a deal. I would probably pump the Warlord if I was him. Sure. Far be it for me to do otherwise. Hmm. Sporelord here puts this at 6 versus putting it at 2. Nothing else lives. Yeah, this is a pretty ideal opportunity, I guess, to level up the Deepwood Boar Rider. He can still blow me out with around 2 Warlord level 2, but I can't do too much about that. Yeah, that one turn was so bad for me. I got a little bit level screwed in the beginning of the rank. I don't have too many level 3 spells going into rank 3, which is kind of dangerous. I only have 3, and these 2 are really bad on the defense. I don't have that many high-powered creatures, and he does have a level 3 Ionic War Charger. Of course he has that. he has Torrent Alkalite level 3, Ronti Warlord level 3, Ionic War Charger level 3. He has a lot of really, really good threats in his deck right now. I'm a little bit short on that, admittedly. So I guess I'll do the best I can. Dragon Slayer does have the highest scaling power into rank 2, and so does Fungi, and I just need to start clearing its board because I'm getting a little desperate here. Okay, so I can, at bare minimum, deal with this Warlord and Overwatch, provided he doesn't have a leveled Herald, which would be kind of unfortunate for me. What do I not want him to play? He basically needs to play like nothing. If he plays 2 level 2 creatures, I'm pretty much dead. Oh wait, he can't play his Herald yet. He's still in rank 2. I have really good outs. I have a lot of leveled fungi. Are all of them leveled? I'm not sure. Yeah, all of them are level 3. Level 2. And that's where you want them to be, ideally. Okay, well, unfortunately we have to kill the Nexus Gunner, because it can give anything 10 power. Fortunately, we have a way to do that. Unfortunately, it's going to cost me some serious life. Yeah. And most likely he's not just going to have the other Warlord. If he doesn't, though, I have the Fungi, and he's in some trouble. But he will, because he has to. Why wouldn't he? Oh, that's not the greatest thing in the universe, but it is not a... Yeah, we're very low, yes, that is true. But we do have a humongous army of 12/12, so I guess upsides, right? I have to use both sides of Frost Shatter Strike to be able to kill this the Borean Stormweaver. Yeah, nothing too much you can do about that. And he gets to hit me for 6 on the backswing. Yeah, but we put ourselves back into the game. We were very low, but luckily, with Torgmai Menders and Spoilers, I can probably hold out. Sorry, Oratek doesn't have nearly as much reach as compared to Umbric, though it does have an Ionic War Charger. It certainly does have that. So I'll be at a glorious 1, I guess. Yeah, 1 it is. And not the most ideal hand to be on at 1 against. And I have nothing to be able to kill his Ionic War Charger. This is looking pretty bleak. I do have Blizzard Shaman, so Godly Blizzard Shaman could probably save me here. Or I'm dead. Well, this was a nice 3-1. Thanks for watching. I was pretty sure this game was going to be a clean sweep, and I think this game was probably like that. But yeah, my stumble in rank 2 was a little bit bleh. And his cards were good, so couldn't do too much about that. I think, if in retrospect, I could have played anything, basically anything, other than Lava Fuse Stacer, a card more focused on controlling the board versus killing him. But at the time, I was so far ahead on board that I thought the Lava Fuse Acer would be able to get there. But I should have probably stuck to my guns, and I knew that games tended to go longer in this format if you stumbled. And stumbling is a real thing. So I figured, I think I should have played the Nargeth Bruiser beforehand. It would have done a lot more to help this game than the Lava Fuse Acer would have been. But I guess hindsight's 2020, and I don't think I did too much wrong. And also, yeah, that one Warlord he had in rank 2 was like insanely clutch. But obviously, both people have to be able to do things. But yeah, thanks for watching. I'll see you next time.